my older half brothers, they had this old Model T frame and engine, and and they would run the saw. It had a big pulley and a shaft and a great big saw blade, and they would jack up the Model T until the tire touched the pulley, and then they would start it up and put it in gear and run it, and that would run the saw blade, and then they would bring short logs and limbs, and it had a table that was on wheels that would hold the log and push it in, and the saw would cut, and then somebody would stand out by the saw and get the piece and throw it away to the wood pile. That was a dangerous thing, because if they tripped and fell over, they would fall right into this turning saw. Anyway, nobody that I knew ever fell into one, but we were always very careful not to have any loose wood, like cut block or anything where we were standing, so you wouldn't fall. And I had one of those buzz saws, that's what they called it. When we moved here, I brought it up from Southern California.
So how old was that saw?
Oh, it was probably, it's been 50 years ago, and it was probably already 50 years old.
100 years old.
So I didn't have anything here to run it until we built a dune buggy back in the 60s, and we had a big long belt, and we would jack up the dune buggy and put a belt between the pulley and the rear tire of the dune buggy and run the saw. And Roger and I, we would find where they were pulling out peach orchards ready to put almond trees in, and most of the owners would give us the wood, and we would take a chainsaw and cut up the pieces and bring a pickup load of that, and then home, and then we would start the buzz saw going and saw firewood for heating, like we use now. So that was.
What might be a good story